So Delano, on February 1st, if we maintain the direct relationship, meaning that the IAM vote was defeated, what's on tap in terms of Acat for the crew members in ground operations to look forward to in the rest of the year 2023?
Well, we have of course the April 1st raise that would bring all tapped out crew members to $32. Um, we'll also be revisiting ACAT again in the middle of the year, mid-year, where we'll go and collaborate with the leaders to get higher wages going forward for the crew. Work on different things like bring back some premiums. Bring up certain conversations that just touring around now that the crew members want to address, like do we go sick days and vacation? Do we separate banks and things like that? So it's everything is on the table when it comes down to ACAT this year.
Well, paying attention to Facebook, and the term Blue Chiefs came up, and most of your posts get traction, but this one received extraordinary traction. Could you expound on what Blue Chiefs, the program Blue Chiefs, would be, and how it would change from what we're accustomed to in ground operations system wide?
So I think more so if you look at just past as long as the lead's been going, we're gonna be frank and get right to it. As long as the lead's been going in ours in most of our cities, it's been a disaster. Quite frankly, right? If I'm just being transparent and honest. And I think the Blue Chiefs is a different kind of introduction that moves away from the lead title, but will be almost similar. It'll have shared similarities as far as the man in charge or the woman in charge. They will be anchoring the crews. It will be in selective cities to start to roll out, because I think one of the problems is that it was leads in every single city and it wasn't needed, right?
But wait, to be clear, this is just a proposal. Nothing is written in stone.
Yes. So
Okay.
this is a proposal.
Okay.
So one thing is at ACAT, everything is on the table, right?
Okay.
So and this is how, and I was just giving people insight into what I'm working on. As you can see, we're in January, and I'm working on a proposal that's going to be presented in mid-year.
Okay.
And that's the reason, because I want to make sure I get it right.
Okay.
Because I don't like to go in there and lose.
Fair enough.
So I want to make sure I have my ducks in a row. I compile my data as far as failures on the ramps, safety incidents, by not having that person there to guide the crew, especially with our new workforce. We need like basically a field general to quarterback, quarterback the crew. So definitely I'm compiling my data. I want them, of course, to have more power than the lead had, as far as more say so. Can we give the crew chiefs ability to give our LOCs? Two LOCs a PG. Like basically just give them the power that there was once lacking, before. So
Well, going into my blue history, way back to T6 times when we had leads, even before my time, when I started back then, I understood that exactly what you described just now. Leeds did have that ability, or the Blue Chiefs that would be now did have that ability to reprimand crew members who were falling behind in their work ethic, and it basically put Leeds on a different level of respect and expectations from leadership, also befitting the pay that they would be getting and the responsibilities that come with that vest. So if this is something that the more senior crew members in the more senior stations could basically remember, then it would be going back to square one in terms of how we've built this company to what it is today.
yeah, because I think somewhere along the lines the lead mantra got lost as far as what the expectations of a lead is. It became, here's a gate bag and just go flight to flight and make sure you get the bags and make sure you push the flight. It's all on you. So now it's just to reinvent the wheel, like you said, take it back to square one of what a crew chief should look like. But we call it the Blue Chief because we're jet blue.
Right.
So I think it's a great proposal. Like I said, everything is on the table when we go to ACAT. And leadership is pretty fair in these discussions. And like I said, I compile numerous evidence as to why it's needed. It just isn't going there asking. We got data, historic data from the past 365. New hire data. Remember, Blue Chiefs are the extension of the liaison, right? So when a new hire, right, gets trained via liaison shows you the basic functions of the ramp. So now, when you're now out of the liaison and you pass your OJT, now you're on the ramp. Guess what? You really don't have anybody to look to. Before, you had leads to look to, right? Your lead was like, okay, I have a new hire, baby blue on the crew. Let me guide them the way. No, this is how you do it. Show them the toboggan, right? Because we're not robots.
Right.
People forget, especially if they go into the bag room and different things like that. So I think all that compiled, I think we should be very successful in getting some in getting these blue chiefs.
So will there be part-time blue chiefs or POCs as the operations might need, and how would they be compensated if that's the case?
So I mean, everything that's all to be determined. To look at the scope, I think, like I said, I think we start we start in certain cities, and then look to expand. Who knows? It might be like right now. I'm even working on some to see where we probably have to have a flight count, certain number of flights to actually have the blue chiefs there, right? Because remember, we did hire a lot of supervisors as well. So certain cities has a lot of supervisors, and we look to add certain blue chiefs. So I don't want to say it won't be part time or will be part time. That's all to be determined. Right now, I'm in the stages of getting down the facts of why it's needed, the outline of how it's gonna look, and as you can see, like I said, it's like the old lead program with more ability to coach crew members and do different things of that nature. But I think it's gonna be a very good program for our crew members, and that's a big ask to bring the leads back. Everywhere we go, bring the leads back. It's not working, bring the leads back. So, this is totally revamped, renewed, renaming them Blue Chiefs. And I think it's going to be a good one.
So will there be one blue chief per gate, or?
Well, I mean, as of right now, we're looking to see. We're going to always ask for one Blue Chief per gate.
Okay.
But, if we have to expand it to one Blue Chief per 2 gates at a station at like Kennedy, then we'll do that. The main attempt here is to definitely bring back the leads. So now that's number one. We need them back in operation. Period.
And I know what the equivalent would be for in terms of the blue chief for the move team or aircraft ground positioning. What would that look like over there? Because they don't have necessarily gates or flights to work. How would that work over there? Or it's just going to be limited to ground ops in terms of doing flights, or will it also be extended to the AGR team? Would they have leads again?
So yes, I think it could be extended to the AGR team. I think you need, like I said, you always need a field general, right? You need boots on the ground field general, right? So how sometimes a supervisor, he has to go post overtime, he has to go speak with a crew member, he has to go handle issue, right? So there's nobody outside watching the field, so you need somebody who's going to be outside, who you're going to say, hey, you're in charge, and you're going to be actually with the crew,
So
nothing better than a frontline leader.
Right. So then I could go by extension that would expand to also the bag rooms and mail and cargo for stations that have mail and cargo. You actually have leads, blue chiefs in that area too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, like I said, it's it's the lead program revamped, right, and with more authority. Of course, me, I'm going to shoot for better pay, because now you come with more responsibility. And if it's one blue chief per 2 gates, then it's less blue chiefs that you're going to actually need. But we'll see. Like I said, the main intent here is to definitely make sure that we get back that program that allows the crew members, the front line, to have a leader.
Yes. So if the
started over.
Yes. John started over.
Shut up, yeah.